That jeweler's plate, using that really makes the damage go crazy. So I've been messing around with this throw paladin for about a day and a half, trying to come up with my favorite combination. I've tried it with dragon armor. I've tried it with a jeweler's plate with 4 facets in it, which increases the lightning damage by a couple thousand. Great, but I really like Enigma for this build because I can teleport around, reposition my mercenary, which I can get crushing blow out of him. I got some life leech from his armor. And then we got pride on him, so when we tele stomp stuff, sometimes he gets hit and he casts firewall, and I think that combined with my conviction aura is really cool. So then we're getting some fire damage, we're getting some lightning damage. We got the enchant on my lava gouts. I'll show you a little bit of gameplay real quick and then show you all of his gear. So keep in mind, this is just players 1. You could definitely do higher player counts though, especially if you were using like something like some boots with some crushing blow or something on it. But this is definitely, you know, it's not a meta paladin by any means. It's definitely, you can definitely do some efficient farming with it though, don't get me wrong. So I just teleport on swap mercenary. There goes the firewall right there. I've seen it proc when we're around like big groups of enemies, and it procs like a good bit. After I clear these, right, see, look at that, he's still blocking even without holy shield, so we're alright. Alright, so we got War Shrike, Lava Gouts, Random Ring. Probably put some other type of ring instead of this, probably the one that I had for the minimum damage and shit, but it's all good. Razor Tail, so we get 83% pierce between the War Shrike and the Razor Tail. We got Raven Frost, got some tri-res, or not tri-res, got some dual res boots with some pretty nice res on that. These could be some, if that's heal stamina plus with something else, these would be godly boots. But we got Dual Dream then with the best shield that you can possibly make Dream in. Then we got High Lords and Enigma, CTA and Spirit on swap. Mercenaries got, you saw the Mercenary already. Pride, Skin of the Flayed One, and G-Face for some crushing blow. So that's that. Then we got my skill tree, which I can't open up because it's on a, I have S tied to a hotkey. But so we got 1 point in charge, but we didn't get the holy shield. I guess that's just to charge around when I'm not using Enigma on this build. Then I put 17 into conviction, and then I maxed out salvation, resist lightning, and resist fire. So if I want to swap some gear around, sometimes maybe do holy fire version of this, which isn't going to be as strong because it's just 2-piece, but that's possible if I ever just want to, you know, switch up the flavor basically. Let me just do a seal pop with this and then take it to like cows or something, maybe take it to Bale. I don't want the video to run too long. I want to try to actually do a gameplay live com where I don't have to do a bunch of cuts and edits. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just want to make it easier on myself, because I think people just want the information. I mean, of course people care about the presentation, but I know they care mostly about the info. They want to see if the build's good, what gear do you need, and that's about it. I know they're not here for my charming personality and my outgoing, bright, constant smiling face. All right. So I mean, as you can see, it's not like some meta character, but it's no slouch either. It's so I mean, to answer your question, yes, this could definitely do players 8. It's basically a Paladin. Damn, those are some pretty nice boots. Shame they were rare. I mean, shame they were Eth. Let's go to cows real quick with this. The whole thing about Dragon being really strong on the Paladin is having dual Dragon and Hand of Justice. So since this is a throw build, I feel like Dragon really, if you put Dragon on here, it does help with like mixing up the elements, but at the same time, it's almost more for style points on players 1. It's like kind of unnecessary. So we got our Dragon on, we can charge around. That Jeweler's Plate, using that really makes the damage go crazy, especially with the Sundering Charm. Since lightning is so easily broken, I think War Shrike though for this. Uh-oh. See, that's also why I like having Enigma, to get him out of harm's way. And it's kind of also cool not having an Eth War Shrike, because I can come over here and repair it. So, I mean, the dragon armor, as you could see, it's cool. But I think something like this is better. And then we can go get a ring with some, apparently not enough strength on it. Damn. How much strength are we missing? A whole other 10. So I'd literally have to use Nosferatu's belt in order to rock this. But as you can see, 11k, so it adds 7,700, bumps it up to 11k, and it makes the aura tick damage stronger as well. We're not going to get quite as much pierce, but 50% pierce might be enough to where it makes sense to take that little loss on the pierce in order to just have, you know, bump our dual dream closer up to those triple dragon levels of damage and AoE. Because like, as you can see, the enemies around me taking a lot of damage, but even at that, I still almost think like having Enigma is just such a huge quality of life for a non-teleporting character, like for a non-sorceress, to the point where it's like I might as well just stick with Enigma, teleport around, make the build a little bit more in line with meta builds and shit like that, so that we can, you know, farm really well, do runs with the big boys. And there's definitely more like ways that you could make this character more on a budget, but it's not going to have the same oomph to it, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. Porsche Cayman or something like that, but it's not gonna drive the same as like a 911 GT3 or something. It's like still gonna be fun though. Ooh. Gotta keep our boy alive. You could really, like, even like just having Lava Gouts or Demon Limb and like having a high level conviction aura and then having like some charms with some elemental damage in it, Gimmer Shred or something. You know, you could have a pretty decent budget paladin. You know, you could throw on like Treachery or something. You could get, you know, there's lots of ways. You could do Treachery and then maybe have like a hustle on your mercenary or something just to throw faster. There's a lot of different ways that you could build it. Wow, I forgot that I had Enigma on for a second there. So I mean, as you can see, it's definitely a good thing that we put some crushing blow on our mercenary. You know, if he can actually get close to Bale and stop getting knocked back. But you know, it's kind of like a Zeal Paladin that is a little bit worse because you're just using a normal throw attack, which isn't, you know, it doesn't have like synergies and lots of attack rating and shit. But you do have your conviction aura, so it's not terrible. So yeah, that's the build right there.